Hi, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZS News for the week of November 8th, 2021. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And I'm your co-host, Claire. As always, let's get started with some Detroit Zoological Society updates. And we've got some kind of fun ones this week. We are looking for volunteers for wildlights, and there's two different varieties here that we're looking for. One, you can become a Detroit Zoological Society volunteer and go through our orientation and help support us throughout the year, a bunch of different events, a bunch of different initiatives. The other option, maybe you're looking for a way to spend some time with friends and or coworkers outside of the office. You can volunteer as a group for this special event and kind of help us support that. Either way, visit us at detroitzoo.org, look under the support tab and down to volunteer to get more opportunities and information about how you can help support the Detroit Zoological Society with all of our with wildlights and other exciting events that are coming up. It's really kind of a cool place to spend the holiday season.
And it's a great way to, to volunteering with wildlights is a great way to attend wildlights for free. And I believe that if you volunteer a certain number of times, you actually get a voucher for admission to wildlights. Is that correct?
Yeah, 2 shifts and you get a free ticket, one free ticket to come into wildlights. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, we really appreciate all of our volunteers. Y'all make things happen around here. So even if you're not interested and you know someone who might be, pass the word. We'd love to have y'all on our team. Next up, we have some great ape news. The Great Apes building, the Great Apes of Harambe, is opening up. And this is part of some changes that you'll be seeing at the zoo because it is now the winter. And so some animals are going to be moving into their winter habitats and might not be, you might not be able to see all of them, but remember that that is because we are giving them great welfare and they need to be in those indoor habitats when it gets cold. They're not adapted to being out in the cold. That said, there are a lot of animals who are actually more active in the winter. And we've heard this from a number of guests, and I personally share it as much as possible. Coming out and visiting the zoo in November, December is great because the grizzly bears might be more active, the polar bears might be more active. And so you get a chance to see those animals who you might not see as readily in the summer. So definitely come out and check it out. It'll be a totally different experience than what it is in the summer. Also, the crowds are typically a little bit smaller, which might make you more comfortable just in terms of safety. But also, again, the animals respond differently to that. There's actually quite a few buildings here at the zoo to visit during the colder months. I mean, from the National Amphibian Conservation Center to the Holden Reptile Conservation Center. We have a new blog post that's up on the DetroitZoo.org webpage. Down in the bottom right-hand corner of that webpage is where we store all of our blogs. This one was written about a really unique program that we have each summer, and it's called Nocturnal Adventures, and it's an opportunity for us to engage with community groups who otherwise would likely not be able to come and visit the zoo. So this summer and last summer, actually, we hosted 5 different area shelters. Some of the shelters are supporting people facing homelessness. Others are supporting families and individuals who are facing domestic violence. And to bring out those community groups and have an opportunity to spend the evening here at the zoo, we eat dinner together. We toured the zoo in the evening when a lot of the animals are very active and having some nocturnal behaviors going on, which is really cool to see. We do a great craft activity at the end of it, and we make s'mores. But the whole evening rather, is outlined in the blog, talking about why we do it, what the importance of it is, and some of the community partners who have helped make it possible. So if you get a chance, it's a pretty feel-good blog post. It's again at DetroitZoo.org, and you can hear a little bit more about what we were doing this summer. Claire, back to you for our feature story. All right, another exciting one. America Recycles Day, the electronic e-waste pickup event is coming. The very exciting component this year is if you come and drop off electronic waste, we will give you a ticket to come back and visit the zoo during regular operating hours. But I'm pretty excited about this, Stephen. Every year I have a few things that just kind of accumulate from around the house. I do not want to send them to the landfill because I know that there's pieces and parts in there that could be repurposed for another electronic. So I'm pretty excited. I've been stacking things up in my attic, and I'm really excited to get them out of my attic. Yeah, I think that a lot of us have been doing that, knowing that this event comes up every year. We're like, all right, just hold out 1 more month, 2 more weeks, 1 more week, and it's almost here. It's going to be November 15th and 16th in the
parking lot of the zoo off of Woodward Avenue. You'll come in through gate 0, and there will be a flow that you can drive through. People will be there to help you pull out your electronics, and then somebody will be there to hand you your ticket for free admission later on. It'll be from noon to 6 each day. So even if you do happen to be working, maybe load up your car on your way to work and then plan on stopping by the zoo on your way home in order to drop those off. And if you do say that you decide, well, I want to even further reduce my resource consumption, do good for the environment, and maybe you and a neighbor pool together your electronics into one car, you'll get 2. So if you have a full car load, you've been really practicing that. Don't worry, you don't have to each come in a separate car. We'll give you 2 tickets if you do that. And the other thing is that there will be some educational content there. You'll be able to see some signage with interesting information. And we'll also have links available for some videos we're making about what happens to your electronic waste after you drop it off and what kind of an impact that then has on animals and the environment, which is, I think, what a lot of us are inspired to drop off our e-waste for, is the impact it has on animals and the environment.
Absolutely. I'm excited for the event. I'm excited we're able to offer it again this year. And I'm, again, just really excited to clean out my attic. All right, let's take a look at our education program preview for the week. As always, we are starting you off on Monday morning with DZS News.
Next up on Tuesday is a Saving Wildlife episode on the western pond turtle.
On Wednesday morning, we have a virtual habitat chat featuring the aardvarks, which are one of those animals that you usually see in the evenings.
And then after that, Green Journey episode on Thursday about the rain garden that is just to the southeast of Buddy's.
And we will wrap up the week on Friday with Miss Zulania's category. And this week we'll be focusing on humane language. So looking forward to seeing what that one entails.
Yeah, Claire. And so to give a kind of a sneak preview of this one, you might hear certain DZS educators, humane educators, saying something along the lines of feed 2 birds with one hand as opposed to kill 2 birds with one stone. And this will explain why we talk like that.
I've actually had a lot of really good reception around the community when I drop that one instead of the more traditional stone one. It causes people to stop and think for a minute as to what are we really saying when we say some of these euphemisms. All right, as always, we have virtual content available for you. The virtual backyard is available at belleislenaturecenter.org with video lessons and other quick tips that you can download and access at any time. And the virtual vitamin Z available at DetroitZoo.org, again, for use in the classroom, at home, on weekends, days off. A lot of great content, activities, a lot of activities that can be done with items from around the house, and most of them compared with a video showing a little bit more about the DZS. So check them out when you get a chance.
And Claire, one last thing is that we've been going on over a year now of some combination of DZTV and DZS News, including a full year of DZS News in this kind of new format. And the exciting thing is that we are actively reflecting on what we can do differently, what we can continue doing moving into 2022. And if you all have any feedback, we would love to hear it. If there are certain feature stories you want to hear, if there are certain topics you want to address in our virtual vitamin Z videos, anything like that, we would love to hear it, regardless of whether it's, hey, you're doing a great job, or hey, I think you could be improving more by doing this. We love constructive feedback and definitely welcome it.
Absolutely. All right, that's everything we have for this week. Until next Monday, stay healthy, Detroit.